Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
It's time for Preston Indians baseball. All of today's action is brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, West Motors, Preston Drug, First American Title, Stokes Market, True Value, Signature Home Healthcare, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Agri Service, S&T Electric, Farmers Insurance, Corey Bingham, Agent, Northern Title Company, Idaho Salvage, Limbrick Arc, and The Job Shop. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement with Preston Broadcasting, LLC and Preston High School Athletics, and is a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. And welcome back. Game 2 of the doubleheader just underway. First pitch to Chance Appel was hit right back to the pitcher, Haslam, who recorded the out at first base. And there's one out here in the top of inning number 1. We'll give you the lineup here for Wood River as we go throughout the first inning here as we get a chance. As a pitch hit foul as with 2 outs, the pitch home to Dom Leos is up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Haslam comes home and the pitch is outside. Nope, got him. Rang him up. So Leos goes down looking on strikes as Haslam sets the side out in order in the top of the first inning. Quick top of the first inning. We'll go bottom 1 when we come back after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
Well, we'll go to the bottom of inning number 1 scoreless as it is Hunter Thompson on the mound here from game 2 of the doubleheader this afternoon for Wood River. The lineup for the Preston Indians looks like this as we go to game number 2. Tate Green will lead off. He's at third. Dylan Haslam bats second. He does the pitching. Isaiah Smith, the shortstop, will hit third. Alex Hansen's in center field. He'll hit number 4. Jackson Facer is playing first base. He'll hit 5th. Justin Inglet is the catcher. He'll hit in the 6th spot. Cragen Johnson, who had 3 hits in the first game of the doubleheader, plays second base and hits 7th. Brandon Hess is in left field. He'll bat 8th. And then Brock Fewitt bats number 9 for the Indians here in game 2 of the doubleheader. First pitch to Green is popped up, and that'll go foul, and it's 0-1. So Green in the first game of the doubleheader with 1 hit, also walked. One for 4 overall as the 0-1 pitch is on the corner for a called strike. Next pitch home is missing down low. And it's a ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom, just the bottom of the first inning. Boy, it's gotten a bit chilly. And the clouds are starting to roll in. The expected rain during the overnight hours starting to move in here as the pitch misses outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here on Tate Green to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Pitch again misses outside, and it's full 3-2. So Hunter Thompson on the mound getting the start for the Wolverines. Runs the count full of the first man that he faces. And the 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4. So Green's aboard with a walk. Second walk he's been issued today. And that brings up the pitcher, Dylan Haslam. Haslam, who's hitting 8 straight. Longest hitting streak on the team, currently active. And the first pitch home is lined toward the gap in left center field. The 2 Leos brothers trying to cut it off. They can't. It's going to land between them, going to third base, and staying there is Green on a double by Dylan Haslam, who on the first pitch that he sees extends his hitting streak out to 9 straight games. So runners at first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning for the Preston Indians. And that'll bring it up to Smith, Hansen, and Facer with a chance to pick up the runs. So here's Isaiah Smith. Runners at second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. Smith singled, popped up, reached on a fielder's choice, and also walked. So he was 1 for 3 in the first game. Thompson up on top, sets at the letters, comes home again. Pitch gets away. This one goes to the backstop. Here comes Green to the plate, and he is out at home. So good hustle by the catcher Sprung to get on it. And then able to make the play at home plate, and they get Green with the pitcher Thompson covering. So 2-1 on the putout. Pitch at home was a strike against Smith, so it's 0-1. Haslam now stands at third base, and the pitch home to Isaiah misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Correction, the home plate umpire just corrected himself. Now it's 3-0, I should say, on Smith, with 1 out. Was that one finger signal that he made? As that pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Not sure if we're going to get all 7 innings in or not. The ball popped up right in the middle of the infield. That is the shortstop able there to make the play as Control makes the play. That's the second out. And now with 2 outs, what looked like a promising inning with runners at second and third and nobody out, now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Alex Hansen to try to pick up the run. First pitch to Hansen, hit foul over by the first base dugout, and it's 0-1. Hansen singled, walked twice, 1 for 2 overall in game 1 of the doubleheader here this afternoon. Thompson, in the green jersey, white pants, comes home. The next pitch again to Hansen, again hit foul again over by the first base dugout, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to count on Alex. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Next pitch takes it outside, just off the outside edge, and it's 1-2. Second game of the doubleheader for the girls softball team underway. They're playing in the third inning, and Preston leading that game handily, 9-1. Hansen swaves at and misses and strikes out, and they leave a runner over at third base, do the Indians, and fail to score here in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We'll go to the second after an inning. It's 0-0 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed. And Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Gray.
One inning in the book, scoreless as we go to the second inning here of Game 2 of the doubleheader. Dan Hubbard with you here this afternoon. Glad to have you along with us as we come to you live from Tony Hansen Sports Complex. As Haslam going through his warm-up tosses with his catcher Justin Inglet. And here in the second inning, in fact, let's give you the entire lineup here for the Wolverines. We didn't have time in the top of the first innings. We joined you just a hair late. Chance Appel made out, as did Noah Roberts. Appel's the right fielder. Roberts will be at third base. Dom Leon is the center fielder. They all hit in the first inning. So as we go to inning number 2, here's the catcher, Hank Sprung. He will lead off here in the inning number 2. The first pitch misses down low and outside, ball 1. Fabian Leon will hit second this inning, 5th overall. He's in left field. Alonzo Estrada is the second baseman in Game 2. He'll hit 6th in the lineup. As the pitch is hit foul, way foul down the left field line. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Clayton Duarte back in the lineup in Game 2. He'll be at first base. James Control is the shortstop. He'll hit in the 8th spot. And Brandon Uring is the designated hitter here in Game 2, and he hits number 9. He's as another pitch hit misses down and away. I believe it's 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike to count here. As Haslam ready, roll up along third. That will 2 will go foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a pretty good ball game through 7 innings in the first game of the doubleheader that ended up going to extra innings, tied at 4 after 7. Ball's lined just over the head of the third baseman Green out into left field. So first hit of the Game 2 belongs to Hank Sprung, the catcher, and the leadoff man aboard here in the inning number 2 for the Wolverines. As we'll have a runner over at first base, as it'll be Landon Eckhart will come in and run for the catcher Sprung, who heads back to the dugout. So here's Fabian Leon, the left fielder. They go to first base, and back to the bag over there is Sprung. Leon, not only the winning pitcher in Game 1 of the doubleheader, also had a couple of hits to his credit. As the first pitch at home plate misses down low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. was 2 for 5 overall, but he also struck out a couple of times. Shows bunt. They go back to first, back to the bag safely in time. Is sprung. Again, they go first base, and again back to the bag. No lights here, so it'll be iffy to get this game completely in as the pitch again at home plate misses down and away to Leon. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch home, grounded wide of third in left field. That's a base hit. Eckhart will go as far as second. He'll stop there. Back-to-back singles by the Wolverines here in the top of the second inning. So with 2 on and nobody out, here's Alonso Estrada, the second baseman. Estrada, who appeared as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning, was his only action of game number 1 as he takes that pitch down low, ball 1 ball with no strikes. Haslam going to bluff back to second base as Estrada had shown squared to show bunt. Trying to keep the runners close. Sprung at second, Leon at first. Pitches inside, goes to the backstop. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. So runners at second and third. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. After Haslam retired the side in order in the top of inning number 1 here this afternoon. Pitch home to Estrada. Ground ball towards short. That'll get the run home. Smith's going to go to first base. They get the out there, but Estrada able to pick up the RBI. So Sprung scores. Leon goes to third. 1 out. And that'll bring up Clayton Duarte, the big first baseman. Clayton Pint was the DH in the first game today, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1. Duarte, while he was in there, grounded out twice and walked twice. Takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's on the corner for a called strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, they go to third base and back to the bag in time. Thing about Haslam, well, he loves to throw. He loves to throw to pick off plays to bases, whether it be first or third, either one. Problem is he oftentimes will throw the ball away. Off speed pitch hit foul. Off the first base side. I believe it's 1 and 2. So 1-0. Wolverines on top here in the top of inning number 2. Fastball missed the outside edge, not by much, but it was just a hair wide. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch, gets away, goes to the backstop, and here comes the run home to score on what will be another wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the inning against Haslam. And both the leadoff singles come into score as the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Duarte. And the 3-2 pitch is inside, ball 4. First walk given up by Dylan Haslam extends the inning. with one out here. And brings up the shortstop, James Contrell, with one out here in the inning. Contrell shows bunt, takes the pitch, pulls the bat back, takes the pitch outside, ball one. One ball with no strikes. Again, they go back to first base, and back to the bag over there is Clayton Duarte. Again, they show bunt, bunts it, but it goes foul, does Contrell, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one the count. Just the top of inning number 2, or game number 2. Again, they show bunt. Look out, that's up and in and hit him. So the fastball, as he was showing bunt, rode in on him. He'll head down to first base, and that's put runners at first and second again, and still one out. So the first hit batter for Haslam here in his start here in game 2 of the doubleheader. That was a problem last time. This pitch goes behind him, and that was, again, another wild pitch. He's going to let both runners move up 90 feet. So Brandon Uhrig at the plate, and the pitch was behind him and went to the backstop. So runners at second and third on the third wild pitch of the inning. And again, they go back to third base again. And again, back to the bag is Duarte. So Control hit by a pitch. In his last start, Haslam hit 5 guys at Burley in his last start, and a pitch over for a strike to Uhrig, and it's 0-1. Check that, 1 ball and 1 strike, I should say. The 1-1 offering is up high, ball 2, 2-1. Fewitt, the right fielder, way over toward the lines. There's a lot of space in the right center field gap. In the Preston defense, the 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball that misses again. Ball 3, 3-1. There's the 3-1 pitch. High again, ball 4, loads the bases. Second walk of the inning. Now back again to the top of the order, and Chance Appel will do up. Appel hit right back to Haslam on the first pitch here of game number 2, as that pitch is over for a strike and it's 0-1. Appel, who had 3 hits and a walk in the first game, was 3 for 4 overall. He did have a strikeout there in the 8th inning as well. The next pitch over for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Appel with 1 out. A couple of runs in here in the inning for the Wolverines. Reaches out and pokes one to left field. Coming up in a hurry is Hess. Dives and makes the play. Nice play, and holds the runner at third base, as it was not deep enough for him to advance. So nice running catch by Brandon Hess in left field. Now there's 2 outs. And Noah Roberts will come up. Roberts, playing third base here in the second game of the doubleheader, was the pitcher in the first game, although he did not figure in the final outcome, as he swings and fouls the ball away at home plate, and it's 0-1. Bases loaded. Duarte at third, Contrell at second, Uhrig at first, and the 0-1 pitch is again rolled foul, and it's 0-2. Out of the stretch comes Haslam, and the pitch home. Waved at and missed. So Roberts strikes out. Second strikeout for Haslam. He leaves the bases loaded, but they get 2 on a pair of hits. A couple of walks and a hit batter, no errors in the inning, and they leave the bases full. We're done with an inning and a half. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Wolverines over the Indians on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Bottom of inning number 2, 2-0. Wolverines on top as the second game starts pretty much the way the first game did, with Wood River jumping out to an early lead. And now here as we go to the bottom of inning number 2 in game 2 of the doubleheader, it'll be Jackson Facer, Justin Inglet, and Cragen Johnson due up here for the Indians in inning number 2. Facer 0 for 4 in the first game, although he reached a couple of times on errors, but those don't count. So he went hitless in game number 1, a game in which Preston had 10 hits over the 8 innings of play, but only managed 4 runs. 1 pitch hit right back to the pitcher on one big hop as Thompson fields it, carries it halfway to the bag, flips it to the first baseman for the first out, and that'll bring up Justin Inglet. Inglet also drew the caller in the first game. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. Struck out a couple of times in the first game as well. Thompson will work out of the stretch even though there's nobody on, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. We had a couple other scores come in during the intermission between games here today as Inglet hits the ball in the air towards short left center field. Coming up is the left fielder, that's Fabian Leon to make the catch. And there's 2 outs. And now here is Cragen Johnson. Cragen, 3 hits in the first game, 3 for 4 overall. Struck out in the bottom of the 8th inning as the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, ball 1. Those other scores that came in from first games of doubleheaders, Twin Falls blanked Burley 15-0. It was a fastball, misses outside, ball 2. Canyon Ridge knocked off Pocatello 6-2. And the score we had a little bit earlier, Minico beat Mountain Home 9-4 earlier today. Ground ball to short. Contrell has it, throws across in time, inning over. Preston goes out 1-2-3 here in the bottom of inning number 2. As we'll go to the third, still 2-0. Wood River on top over the Indians on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Two innings in the books. We'll go to the third, 2-0. Wolverines on top, leading the Indians here in game 2 of the doubleheader. And Dom Leos will lead it off here in the third inning after the Wolverines sent 8 men to the plate last inning. The first pitch is down low, bounces up there, and it's 0-1. Leos took a called third strike in the first inning to end the bottom of the first inning. He has struck out 3 times today now in the doubleheaders. That pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Leos was 1 for 5 in the first game. As we mentioned, he struck out a couple of times. And swings and misses here. Now he's behind in the count, 1-2. So he swung at that pitch right off of his shoe tops and came up empty. And Haslam ready. Rocks comes home with a 1-2 pitch. Ground ball toward third. Green has it there. He'll play it across in time for the out. And there's one out here in the top of the third inning. Today's second game of the doubleheader is brought to you in part by First American Title, 28 West Oneida in Preston. You can reach them at 852-2810. That's 852-2810. Remember, it's your contract. Their commitment and smooth closing is what you deserve to have. So here is the catcher, Hank Sprong, as he rolls the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. Singled his first time up. Single to open up the top of the second inning, in which the Wolverines sent 8 men to the plate. Loops one toward left, coming up, and by having to play it on a hop is Hess. And Sprung's on for the second time here in the game 2 with his second hit. Third hit overall. As once again we'll have another runner at first base again, and again it is Landon Eckhart to run at first base for the catcher Sprung. So 1 out, 1 out, and here's Fabian Leon. As that pitch again will go to the backstop and headed down to second base. There goes Eckhart. Wild pitch allows the runner to move up. He's in scoring position now with 1 out. Leos, 3 hits overall on the day, 2 in the first game, 1 in his last time up. Haslam up on top, set again, comes home, breaking ball. Good late break. Had Leos ducking under it. But the pitch ends up over the plate for a strike. And they come back home, fastball misses outside. 2-2. Here on Fabian Leos. Here in the top of the third inning, 2-0. Wolverines on top. 2-2 pitch. Again, hit foul down along the right field line. It's going to land untouched. As stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cheering you hear in the background is from the varsity softball game just off to the field adjacent to our right. Little tapper out in front of the mound. They're going to go to third, and they got him at third base. So the little roller out in front of the mound hit by Leos as Sprung broke for the base, broke for third, and he's out 1-5 for the second out. Leos will reach on the fielder's choice as he's over at first base now with 2 outs. So here is Alonzo Estrada, who grounded out his first time out, but the ground ball that he hit with the bases loaded picked up a run. Take a look over at the other game to our right, the varsity softball game, as that ball, the breaking pitch, hits Estrada on the bat, so it was a foul ball. They're in the 4th inning. The Indians now leading by a score of 10-2 in that game. Next pitch home to Estrada on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. You go to first base. Back to the bag over there is Leos. Pitch home, little looper up the middle. It's into center field for a hit. By the time they can get it back in, Leos is going to go all the way to third base, and there'll be runners at the corners with 2 outs. Nice piece of hitting by Estrada as he just reached out and poked it into center field. Second hit of the inning, 4th hit of the game for the Wolverines. And now here is Clayton Diot, the first baseman. They go back to first base, and the throw over there too late as Estrada back into first with a dive. Pitch home, misses up high. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Duarte. Outfield plays him straight away. Again, they go back to first base, and again the ball gets away, and that's going to allow the runner from third to come in and score. So bad throw, bounced over there. That's going to be an error against the pitcher, Haslam. First error of the game against the Indians, but allows the run to score. It's now 3-0. Pitch again, misses down low at home plate, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. .2-0 pitch, bounces up there, bounces away from Inglet. There goes the runner for second. He'll make it there with a dive. So the count goes to 3-0. Three balls and no strikes to count on Clayton Duarte. 1 out here at the top of the second inning, top of the third innings. He hits singles to center. Here comes Estrada to the third. They're going to hold him there as the throw comes all the way through to home plate. And there'll be runners at the corners with 1 out here in inning number 3 as Duarte picks up his first hit here in the second game of the doubleheader. So Estrada goes to third and stays there, and James Contrell will be the hitter. With runners at the corners. Contrell was hit by a pitch his first time up and takes the pitch inside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Estrada down the line from third. Pitches up high. Ball 2, 2-0. Few of those hardy souls left, but they're bundled up like they're watching a Chicago Bears football game rather than a baseball game here today. As the pitch is up high, ball 3, it's 3-0. As The rain that's expected late tonight, overnight hours. Clouds is starting to roll in as the 3-0 pitch misses ball 4. Third walk today by Haslam loads the bases for the second inning in a row. The 7th man to hit in the inning is the designated hitter Brandon Uring, who walked his first time up, takes a pitch on the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Haslam's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So 2 outs in the inning, and the bases loaded, and the pitch is swung on and missed as Uring strikes out, and the Wolverines will have to settle for just the 1 run in the inning. 1 run on 3 hits, an error, and they leave the bases loaded for the second inning in a row. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Wolverines on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Bottom of the third, 3-0. The Wolverines on top, just pretty much right where we were in the first game of the doubleheader before the Indians able to come back, as the first pitch here to Brandon Hess leading off in the bottom of inning number 3 is outside, ball 1. Indians trailed early in game 1 of the doubleheader by a score of 3-0, came back to take a 4-3 lead. Next pitch to Hess. Late swing, didn't mean to, but he went around, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Then the Wolverines able to get a run late, tie the game at 4, forced it to over innings, and ended up winning it by a score of 11-4. 1-1 pitch to Hess, misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Brandon. Brandon didn't play in the first game of the doubleheader. In fact, very few appearances so far this year for Hess. Pitch swung on and missed. For Hess, only his third at-bat of the year. As that pitch is outside again, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Check that, 3-2 make it on Hess. Brandon has not walked this year and struck out once. Thompson working out of the stretch, and here comes the 3-2 pitch, and it's low, ball 4. Hess will draw a walk for the first time. So the leadoff runner man aboard here in the bottom of inning number 3 for Preston, as Hess draws a walk, and that brings up Brock Fewitt. Fewitt, who's only had 3 official at-bats so far on the year. He's 1 for 3. But getting a chance to play here in the second game of this doubleheader today against Wood River. And takes the first pitch down low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Hess with a cautious lead over at first, and the ball's just steered into right field. That's a base hit. So a walk and a hit by the bottom 2 men in the lineup is Fewitt singles. And now we go back to the top of the order with runners at first and second for Preston. And that brings up Tate Green, who walked his first time up. And then was out trying to come home on a ball that got away at home plate back in the first inning. So here's Green. Thompson comes home. The first pitch to Tate is up high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch home, ground ball up the middle, right strike behind the Thompson's heels into center field. Coming around third, coming home is Hess. The play will go to third base, safe there. Moving up is Green to second. So Green singles in a run to make it 3-1 as Hess comes home to score. Fewitt goes all the way over to third base. And then when the play went to third, Green moved up as well. So 2 hits in the inning, produce a run, and it's 3-1. And now here is Dylan Haslam, who had a double his first time up, and gets hit by a pitch here to load the bases. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Isaiah Smith will come up. Bases loaded, 1 out in the inning. Check that, nobody out in the inning, I should say. As the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, ball 1. Hess walked to lead off the inning. Fewitt singled. Green singled in a run. And now Haslam hit by a pitch to load the bases. Thompson works out of the stretch. Comes home to Smith. Almost hit him inside. Fewitt sneaking down the line from third. Next pitch to Smith, again misses down low. So Smith back up there, hitting from the right side. Thompson again back up on top. Here's the pitch home to Smith, and he's inside, ball 4, walks in the run. So Fewitt will come in and score. Smith walks with the bases loaded. It's now 3-2. And Alex Hansen at the plate, but first we're going to get a visit to the mound as the manager for the Wolverines goes back out to the mound, and home plate umpire says, hold on a minute, and try to move things along here a little bit. He's complaining about balls and strikes. But now the home plate umpire and the head coach will find themselves in a little bit of a heated discussion as he makes his way out to the mound. Now the umpire will join the coach out on the mound as umpire will stop, take a couple of steps back toward home plate, and then he comes back out and now pointing back over to the first base dugout as he and the head coach, the discussion goes on, and it's starting to get a little more heated all along as the discussion continues. So now finally the plate umpire will turn and make his way back toward the home plate area, but then stops about halfway in between and gazes back at the conversation going on at the mound. While all that's happening, we can remind you that today's game is brought to you by Agri-Service. Together, we drive agriculture forward. You can find all the popular name brands there, Massey Ferguson, Kubota, Heston, Challenger, whatever it might be. Agri-Service has what you need at 4085 North 75th West in Hyde Park up down in Utah. So that's go by Agri-Service for everything that you need for your farm. As here is Hansen, and the first pitch to Alex is hit foul, and it's 0-1. Two hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter produce a couple of runs here in the bottom of inning number 3. It's 3-2, but the tying run just down at third base here for the Indians. Pitch to Hansen is lined inside third and down the line. That's going to get 1 home. That comes the second run coming to the plate. That puts Preston on top 4-3 as Hansen doubles home 2. So Green and Haslam both score. 4 runs home here in the inning for the Indians. Runners at second and third, and now here is Jackson Fazer due up there again with a chance to do more damage. Fazer still looking for his first hit of the doubleheader. He's 0 for 5 so far on the day. Shortens, shows bunt, pushes it foul up along the third base side, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Fazer as the umpire throws out a new ball, and then Thompson comes down and wants to exchange it for a different ball. Thompson ready again, looks at the runners at second and third and comes home to Fazer, and breaking ball misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat to center. There's Leos to make the catch. Tagging but not coming home is Smith. So that's the first out of the inning. So Fazer flies out to center. That'll bring up Justin Inglet, who flew out to left his first time up today. First pitch home to Inglet, breaking ball over for a strike. Smith at third, Hansen at second. 0-1 pitch stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Justin Inglet, who, like Fazer, still looking for his first hit of the doubleheader as well. Pitch home to Inglet, popped up, short right. Estrada backing out, gives way to this right fielder, and Appel lets the ball drop. Here comes Smith to score, and it's 5-3. So whatever communication issue there was between the second baseman and the right fielder allows Smith to come home. Going to third is Hansen, and there's runners at the corners as Inglet picks up his first hit of the game, and then the ninth man to hit in the inning is Cragen Johnson, who grounded out last inning to end the bottom of the second inning. So the 9th man to hit in the inning is Preston has scored 5 times here in the inning, and the first pitch to Johnson misses outside. 4 hits in the inning. Here's the pitch home to Johnson outside. There goes the runner Inglet. The pitch on a bounce gets through, and then it's knocked down at second base. But that's going to allow Hansen to come in and score. So give Inglet the stolen base, and the ball is mishandled at second base. That allows the 6th run of the inning to come in for the Indians. 2 balls and a strike. They count on Johnson. Pitch again, hit in the air to the right side. And the right fielder, Appel, comes up, makes the catch. That's the second out of the inning. And the 10th man to hit here in the inning is Jordan Hess, who walked to lead off here in inning number 3 for the Indians. And coming up for the second time. So a runner at second and 2 outs now for Preston. 6 runs home here in the third. As a pitch by DeHess is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. This becomes one of their biggest innings of the year for Preston as they plate 6 runs here in the inning. In fact, it is their biggest inning of the year. Pitch again on the outside corner for a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Hess. Here comes the pitch home, and it's going to be outside. One and 2. So we'll do it again. Here's the next pitch. Swaved out and missed. Hess strikes out. But Preston sends 10 men to the plate. 6 of them score. They leave 1 man on base here in the inning as well, as we will head to inning number 4 after 3. It's Preston 6, Wood River 3 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home. Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
As we go to the 4th inning, Preston leading 6-3 as they plate 6 runs here in the bottom of inning number 3. As we go here to the 4th, it's the top of the order due up as Appel bunts so just off the line. Nice play by Haslam to come down off the mound, able to feel it and throw him out for the first out here in inning number 4. So here's Noah Roberts. First pitch home to Roberts, little poke job out toward the second baseman. There's Johnson, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the 4th inning. There's Dom Leos now. Today's game brought to you in part by Corey Bingham, your local farmer's agent who's been serving Franklin and Cache counties for the past 20 years. If you're looking for an insurance quote, just simply give him a call. He'll get you fixed up. 435-713-4500. Where to reach him at his office in Logan. As here is Leos, takes a pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. 345 North 100 East in Logan, to be exact, is where you can find Corey Bingham's Farmers Insurance office. Stop by or give him a call and get your quote today. Next pitch home. Popped up over by the first base dugout. That'll make the seats. New ball put into play. Is Haslam ready to go back to work? So no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch again hit foul over on the first base side. Next pitch swung on and missed. And for the second time here in game 2 of the doubleheader, Dylan Haslam has set the side down in order as he picks up his 3rd strikeout. We're done with 3.5. We'll go to the 4th. The bottom of the 4th, I should say, as it's Preston 6 and the Wolverines have 3 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, mylocalradio.com.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
New pitcher on here for the Wolverines as we go to the 4th. And trying to read the name on the lineup card, and it's a little difficult. We'll figure out who this is here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, as Brandon Fewett will lead it off for the Indians here in the bottom of the 4th and takes the first pitch outside, ball 1 ball with no strikes. Fewett then back to the top of the order. A little ground ball off the end of the bat. Shortstop there as Contrell has it and can't make the play. Dropped it once, dropped it twice. So he'll draw an error. And leadoff man aboard here for the Indians. Now back to the top of the order, and Tate Green due up. First pitch in the dirt, goes to the backstop, and there goes Pruitt for second base. So Brandon Schiff, I believe, is the new pitcher's name. As the 1-0 pitch to Green misses outside, ball 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0. Pruitt at second base, having reached on an error, then went to second on a wild pitch. Outfield straightaway here against Green, who's walked and singled here in the second game of the doubleheader. Rolls it up along third. Roberts has it, plays it across in time for the out. Nobody covering third base, so very alertly, Fewitt moves up to 90 feet. So Fewitt now at third base with one out. And now here is Dylan Haslam. Haslam, who doubled his first time up, extended his hitting streak out to 9 games. He's also been hit by a pitch and scored a run so far here in game number 2 of the doubleheader as well. Wood River will bring the infield up, try to cut the run down at the plate. Can't afford to fall behind any more than they are as they trail by 3, and the first pitch swung on and missed. Bottom of the 4th, 6-3, Preston on top as they scored 6 runs in the 3rd inning here this afternoon. Ground ball foul over by the first base. Today's game brought to you in part by Northern Title Company. Good deeds done daily. If that's what you want in your life as far as your escrow is concerned or title needs, call Northern Title today for all of your escrow or title needs. You can find them at 852-5700. 852-5700. Ball lifted in the air to left field, hit pretty well. It's Leon going back and just short of the track, able to make the catch for the out. Tagging and coming home is Fewitt, and it's 7-3. So Haslam hits it deep and picks up the scoring fly ball. It's the second out of the inning as Fewitt comes home to score. So 2 outs, bases empty, and here's Isaiah Smith. First pitch to Smith is driven to left field as Leon's got to give chase on this one. It's going to one-hop the fence in the left field corner. Smith will go to second and stay there with a ringing double off the left field fence. First hit of the inning for the Indians and their 6th of the game. So here is Alex Hansen, who doubled home 2 runs his last time up. He's also struck out once here in the second game of the doubleheader as well. So 1 run home here in the inning. Smith at second, having doubled with 2 outs, and the next pitch to Hansen is swung on and missed. As the pitch again in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Smith goes to third, makes a big turn, but he stays there. And the wild pitch allows Isaiah Smith to move up to third base. So the Lady Indians sweep their doubleheader today over Wood River. As again, the breaking pitch timed by Hansen, but he rolls it foul, and it stays at 1-2. 7-3, Preston on top here in the bottom of the 4th inning of the second game of the doubleheader. The next pitch is on the corner, strike 3 called. Umpire took an extra long look at it, but decided to bang Hansen out. That's the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. 1 left. As we'll go, we are done with 4. We'll go to the 5th. It's Preston 7, Wood River 3 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now, they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
So we'll move along to the fifth. Preston leading 7-3. As Dylan Haslam ready to go to work here in inning number 5. And we'll remind you today's game is brought to you by Tattles Bar and Grill, the best place in town to go get the best breakfast in town. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. They serve breakfast and lunch, so stop in and enjoy a home-cooked meal today at Tattles, 790 West Oneida, right here in Preston. So we'll go here to the top of inning number 5. The catcher, Hank Strung, leads it off and takes the first pitch on the inside corner of the breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Next pitch again is up high, 1 ball and 1 strike as he missed up high with the fastball. All those games we told you about earlier that were scheduled for later in the day, well, a lot of those are underway now. We can take another look at the scoreboard as the pitch misses down an away ball, 2-1. He's playing in the middle of 5th at Yankee Stadium. The White Sox leading 7-5 as the 2-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. White Sox has 7 runs on 10 hits through 5 innings of play. Next pitch is a ground ball toward the shortstop. Nice, easy hop for Smith. Plays it across in time for the out. There's 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. That brings up Fabian Leon, who singled, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored twice. Has 3 hits on the day. 7th inning in Washington. It's the Nationals 2 and the Pirates 1. Pitch over for a strike. 0-1 the count on Leon. That pitch is behind him, and he's kind of ducking to get out of the way of it. The breaking ball stayed behind him. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 7th inning up in Toronto. The Tampa Rays leading the Blue Jays 6-0. In fact, the Rays have allowed only 2 hits so far in the game. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Again, misses inside. Runs the count. Check that, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike, I should say. Haslam's 3-1 offering. Ground ball back up the middle. That's into center field for a hit. So Leon with his 2nd hit of the game, his 4th hit of the doubleheader. A 1-out single. And now that'll bring up Alonso Estrada up there again, who's walked and had a single of his own his last time up. 7th inning in Boston. The Red Sox leading the Orioles 3-2. Pitch over for a strike. Let's see, just for giggles here, let's see what Chris Davis is doing in that game for the Orioles. A pitch over again for a strike. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Davis is not in the lineup tonight for Baltimore. 0-2 pitch. Popped up, foul ground, Green right outside the line, able to make the play for the 2nd out. So Estrada fouls out, 2 outs, and that brings up the first baseman, Clayton Duart. So Chris Davis not in the lineup today for the Orioles. If you haven't been following that saga, he is what is he up to now? 0 for 51, I think, to start the season. They go to first base. Back to the bag safely over there is Leone. Sixth inning down in Florida. The Phillies leading the Marlins 6-0 tonight. As again they go snap throw back to first base after the pitch that was low. 1 ball and no strikes. Bryce Harper, 3 for 3 in that game so far tonight. Down in Florida as they begin snap throw back down to first base, not in time. 3 for 3 with an RBI. It looks like they may have just changed the scoring on one of those plays because now it says he's 2 for 4. Next pitch home to Dewart, swung on and missed. So no balls, time called. Hold on. First base umpire calling timeout as the runner over at first base trying to cinch up a glove over there at first base. Now we're ready to go. And here's the pitch. This is down low. Runner goes late on a delayed steal. He's out by 15 feet. 2-6 on the caught stealing is Leone. And that's the way the inning will end, as Dewart will be back up there when the Wolverines come back up in the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 7-3 Preston on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Bottom of inning number 5 here from the Tony Hansen Sports Complex, with Preston leading 7-3. And here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it is Jackson Fazer, the first man to hit. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Takes the first pitch up high. The next pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tonight's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance. Nobody cares like we do. That's what they like to say at Naylor Insurance. You can see them in the city of Preston at 153 North State Street in Preston. Remember, they're part of the Mutual of Enumclaw network. The 1-1 pitch popped up into short left. There's the left fielder. That's Fabian Leos there. He's there to make the catch, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Justin Inglet now, and Craig Johnson also scheduled to hit here this inning. Inglet singled, homer run his last time up, stole a base. That hit that he had his last time up was his only hit of the doubleheader so far today. And here's the first pitch to Inglet, misses inside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Other games going on around the major leagues this afternoon. Mets leading the Braves 6-1. That's in the middle of the 5th, while the Tigers have a 2-1 lead over the Athletics down in Texas tonight, as that game is in the middle of the 3rd inning as a pitch swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 2nd inning, in Kansas City. The Royals have rolled 6 runs up already, and it's only the second inning. It's got to be one of their best starts of the year so far. As a pitch to Inglet misses outside. Alex Gordon with a home run for the Royals, his 3rd of the year, as a pitch up high, ball 3. So 6-1, Kansas City leading Cleveland as they play in the second inning at Kauffman Stadium. 3-1 pitch over for a strike. It's 3-2. One final from earlier today. The Cubs beat the Angels 5-1. The one game's already been rained out today. That's the Tigers at the Twins, as they had snow today in Minnesota. As the pitch is up high, ball 4. So Inglet walks. And that brings up Craig and Johnson 0 for 2, grounded out and flew out here in the second game of the doubleheader after going 3 for 4 for Preston in the opener this afternoon. First pitch home to Johnson, over for a strike, and it's 0-1. So nice sweep of a doubleheader today for the Lady Indians, the softball team winning both games today. Preston trying to salvage a sweep in the boys' half of the varsity matinees after dropping the opener. First pitch to Johnson, missed up and in. Inglet not running. The pitch up high again, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Johnson. Swung on and hit foul at home plate. Inglet will have to come back. So other games still to come tonight. Padres will be in Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. Houston is in Seattle to face the Mariners. The Brewers drive up Interstate 5 from Anaheim to Los Angeles. They'll play the Dodgers tonight at Dodger Stadium as Johnson drives one to center. And the center fielder, Leos, broke the wrong way, and it's going to roll to the wall. Inglet coming around third. He will score as going all the way to third base is Johnson on the RBI triple. It's 8-3. So the center fielder, Dom Leos, broke the wrong way on the ball. And all he could do was watch the ball sail over his head as Johnson ends up at third base with an RBI triple. It's 8-3 favor of the Indians. And once again, here's Brandon Hess, who was walked, scored a run, and struck out. Infield up again for Wood River. Pitch home to Hess. Half swing, it'll cost him, and it's 1-1. There you go. So they throw to third, and you got Johnson hung up. They run him toward home plate, and then the catcher drops the ball. Throw to third is too late. So Johnson lives luckily. As he is able to scamper back to third base and get in safely there. Well, again, they're going to go to third base. And again, this time the play too late over there at third. Again, the pitch home to Hess, misses inside. I believe the count is 2-2. Think about the umpires, they never show the count to anybody. As the pitch home to Hess is on the corner for a strike, so obviously now it's 2-2. I was a pitch ahead of myself. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Hess. 2-2 pitch Hit right back to the pitcher. He'll hold the runner, come to the third, get her out there, go back to the plate, and out there as well, so the double play works. Hess out 1-3, and then Johnson is out 3-2, trying to come home and score for the third out of the inning. Preston gets a run on one hit. No errors and nobody left, and we're done with 5. As we go to the 6th, it's now Preston 8. Wood River has 3 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
From sunup to sundown, we spend our time on the dairy, caring for cows and producing milk. And we also love being part of our tight-knit communities, being advocates for the kids in our schools, and being providers of safe, nutritious food for families around here and around the world. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
As we go here to the top of inning number 6, we're going to have some changes here for the Indians as the new right fielder is Colby Dean is going to come in and play right field for Preston. Looking to see if there might be any more changes out there or not. I don't see any more at the moment. As Dylan Haslam stays on the mound as we go here to the top of inning number 6. 8-3, Preston on top as they add another run in the bottom of inning number 5. And as we go here to the top of the 6th inning, it will be the bottom third of the order due up for Wood River. Clayton Dewart, James Contrell, and then Brandon Hewing due up here in the 6th inning. 3 runs on 5 hits for Wood River. Eight runs on 8 hits for Preston so far here in the game. And now here is Dewart to lead off as the first pitch is up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So Colby Dean, the new right fielder, I believe is the only change that I can see. As the next pitch again misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Dewart walked, singled, 1 for 1 officially here in the game. Was 0 for 2 in the first game of the doubleheaders. The next pitch over for a strike, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch is low. 3-1, the count on the leadoff hitter, Clayton Dewart, here in the top of inning number 6 in the second game of the doubleheader. 3-1 offering. Hit right back to the pitcher. Nice play by Haslam just to kind of lay it as if look what I found, but he found the baseball and he records the out at first base. So 1 out on the ball hit back to the box. I believe all the other games are all done now. Yes, they are. The JV teams for both the softball and baseball teams played doubleheaders here today, so this is the only game left still being played here at the sports complex this afternoon. Next pitch to Contrell, breaking pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Fastball that misses high. Ball 2, 2-1. Invite you to stay tuned. After the game is over, we'll do a quick little wrap-up here of the doubleheader. And we'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll come to you from Pocatello as the Indians will face the Diamondbacks in a doubleheader as a pitch over for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haslam's 2-2 offering. Rolled past the mound. Smith waits for it near the bag, throws across, and there's 2 outs. So a couple of ground balls here in the inning, 2 up, 2 down. Now here's Brandon Uhring, the designated hitter here in the second game of the doubleheader. And he hits the first pitch right back to the mound as well. So for the 3rd time today, Haslam sets the side down in order, 1, 2, 3, this time with 3 ground balls all in the infield. We'll go the middle of the 6th. Preston up 8-3 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home. Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
We'll move along here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the Indians come up, leading by the score of 8-3. And here in the 6th, it'll be the number 9 hitter, Brock Fewitt, to lead it off. And back to the top of the order, Tate Green and Dylan Haslam due up here for Preston. As home plate umpire has something to say to Fewitt as he comes to home plate. So Brock ready to go, and we'll start off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fewitt singled, reached on an error, scored a couple of times, and he's late on a fastball, and it's 0-1. New pitcher on here for the Wolverines here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Dom Leos who's come in to pitch. We saw his brother actually end up being the winning pitcher in the first game of the doubleheader here this afternoon. As the pitch is rolled up along the first base side. Dewart down on a knee to field. He'll carry it to the bag himself, and it's 3 unassisted for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Back to the top of the order now, and Tate Green due up for the Indians. Green today had 1 hit in the first game of the doubleheader, has 1 hit here in the second as well. Also walked, driven in a run. And the first pitch over for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. That stays up high. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch home again to Green. That misses down low. And it's 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike on Green. And the pitch home again. Hit foul back into the screen. It's now 2-2. Signature Home Healthcare at home. Signature Healthcare at Home, I should say. Formerly known as All Access Home Healthcare and Hospice, helps bring you to this afternoon's game. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They're there to care when you are in need. Pitch home to Green. Again, roller back to the mound. Leos has that, throws across in time, and there's 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th. And that brings up Dylan Haslam. If you'd like to set up a in-home visit for more information about Signature Healthcare at Home, call 208-852-1699. That's 208-852-1699. They've been providing home health care and hospice service to southeast Idaho and northern Utah, I should say, for more than 15 years. First pitch to Haslam. This is outside, ball 1. Haslam with 1 hit. Hit by a pitch, had a scoring fly ball here in the second game as well. As he lines one to center field, that's going to be in his second hit of the game. His second hit of the game for Smith. I should say for Haslam, who also had 1 hit in the opener. So he has 3 hits in the doubleheader here this afternoon. Eight hits now in the game for Preston. And with 2 outs and a man on, that'll bring up Isaiah Smith looking for his second hit of the game here as well. Smith waiting. Big overhand curveball from Leos is up high. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Dom Leos with the ball up on top of the mound. Checks over at first, comes home. The pitch is a little thumb job, and it's going to be caught by the third baseman. And that's the way the inning will end. So Smith pops out to third. No runs. A hit. And 1 man left for Preston. We'll go to the 7th. Preston on top by the score of 8-3 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
Well, we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Preston up by 5 runs here, 8-3. As Dylan Haslam, who unlike at Burley with a lead going to the bottom of the 7th inning when he came out, this time he will stay in the game here this afternoon and try to close this one out for himself. Haslam will face the top of the order here for the Wolverines. Chance Appel, Noah Roberts, and Dom Leos here in the top of the 7th inning, leading 8-3, and the first pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Appel 0 for 3, grounded out twice, flew out to left, and hits this ball on the ground to the first baseman. Fazer knocks it down. He's got to flip it to Haslam coming over in time for the out. Almost lost the play. but ends up being a 3-1 putout over at first base for the first out. Now here's Noah Roberts. Roberts also 0 for 3 here in the nightcap. In fact, the top 3 men in the lineup this afternoon in game 2 of the doubleheader for the Wolverines hitless in 10 at-bats. As the next pitch miss outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Haslam's 2-1 pitch, that's over for a strike. It's 2-1. Two-one offering on the way. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Haslam's breaking ball is a good late sharp break to it, as it's had many players just kind of bailing out of the way. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul back into the screen. Today's game brought to you in part by Preston Pharmacy, providing pharmacy needs to Preston since 1980. Find them online at prestondrug.com or stop by and see them at 39 North 1st East, right here in Preston. 2-2 pitch. Goes to the backstop. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Preston up 8-3 thanks to a big third inning today when they scored 6 times, and the pitch is inside and hits Roberts. And here comes Kenny England out to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change as Justin England goes over to the front of the Preston dugout and starts taking off the catching gear. So it looks like he's going to come in and pitch here with 1 out in the 7th inning and a runner on base. So it looks like England and Haslam will do the little switcheroo like they have done in the past. And Justin will come in and pitch. Haslam will put the gear back on and go back in behind the dish for the final 2 outs. So as we'll wait for the new pitcher to come back out, the catcher England to come back out, as England has his regular glove and starting to play catch with Tate Green here a little bit, as we wait for Haslam to get the gear on. We can remind you that the girls will try once again to make up those games against Jerome coming up 2 weeks from today, April the 26th. It'll be an early start for those games, a 12 noon start for the doubleheader against Jerome, as they'll try to get them in once again after a pair of rainouts against the Jerome Tigers. So 2 weeks from today, 12 noon here at the complex, a doubleheader between the Preston girls, Lady Indians, and the Lady Tigers. A little softball action coming up for you on Friday the 26th. Tuesday we'll be in Pocatello as we'll take on the Century Diamondbacks. Baseball coming up for you. In fact, kind of a busy week next week for you. Not only the doubleheader on Tuesday, the boys will also play a single game at Pfizer later on in the week on Friday afternoon. And then both the boys and the girls teams will have a doubleheader on Saturday. 1 week from tomorrow, they'll be at Mountain Home. So kind of a busy time here, this next to the last week of the season here for the Indians, trying to get the games in and make up some rainouts as well that they've had. So England starting to go through his warm-up tosses. As here with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Justin, of course, who took the loss in the second game at Burley last week when he let the game get away, gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning and allowed the Bobcats to come from behind and win the game 9-8, trying to trying to improve on that, put that game behind him, and close this one out. As Preston on top by a score of 8-3 here. It looks like we're just about ready to go. As the Preston infield will all head back to their positions. Runner at first base, one out. Here in the top of the 7th inning. So here's Dom Leos. 0 for 3 here in the second game. Struck out twice and grounded out. And the first pitch from Inglet misses down and away, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Inglet back up on top, comes home. The next pitch misses outside and low again. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Runner over at first is Roberts, being held there. I think they're going to go over there. And Roberts back in on his hands and knees. Dom Leos is struck out twice and grounded out. Shows bunt, takes the pitch over for a strike. And it's 2-1. 1 for 8 in the doubleheader. With 4 strikeouts is Leos. Pitch again, misses down and away, ball 3, 3-1. Outfield straight away, look over at Roberts at first base. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's low, ball 4. So Inglet walks the first man that he sees. And that brings up the catcher, Hank Sprong. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch home. Little breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Strong with a pair of hits. He's also grounded out, 2 for 3 here in the nightcap. Next pitch is pulled down the line, foul, and it's 0-2. One for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader was Sprong. So with 3 hits overall on the day, takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-2. Roberts at second, Leos at first. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Preston trying to close it out and sweep the doubleheader. As the pitch is hit foul back up onto the roof of the press box area, and it stays at 1-2. So Preston, who lost the first game 11-4, again the pitch is hit foul. And it stays again at ball and 2 strikes. Umpire out of baseball, so what comes a ball in from the dugout. Sprong back up to the plate, and again the pitch is lined into center field, base hit. Coming to third is Roberts. He's being waved home. Leos goes to the third base. He's in there standing as Sprong with his third hit here in game number 2. Singles in a run this time. And it makes it 8-4. So here is Fabian Leon as that pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Now all of a sudden the tying run is waiting on deck for a chance to come up and swing. That's Alonzo Estrada. Runners at the corners and 1 out. As again they go back to first base, and back to the bag is Sprong. So runners at the corners. Breaking pitch over again, strike 2. Leos with a couple of hits today. here in the second game of the doubleheader. Had 2 in the first game as well. That's hit to right. That's going to be in for a hit. Coming home to score is Dom Leos. Inning still continues. A walk and back-to-back singles. And now here comes Estrada with the score 8-5, and Estrada represents the tying run. Estrada, who has 1 hit today, is grounded out and fouled out. And the first pitch misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Appel started the inning grounding out. Roberts was hit by a pitch. They changed pitchers as they took Haslam out and put Inglet in. And a walk and back-to-back hits. That's produced a couple of runs in the inning. As the next pitch is a little fly ball to center. Hansen's there. He's got to come up a few steps. Makes the catch. That's the second out. And again, the tying run will still be at the plate as Clayton Duarte will now come up with 2 outs and a couple of men on base. Duarte singled, walked, grounded out here in the second game, was hitless in the first game of the doubleheader today. And needs to put the ball in play to be able to keep the inning alive as a snap throw back to first on the pitch was outside, not in time. Strong away from second as the 0-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Leon still over there at first base as well. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Duarte. Here's the pitch, breaking ball rolled weakly up along the third base line. He's going to have to hurry. The throw is in time to get him, and the ball game is over. So 1-3 as Duarte grounds out. 2 runs home in the inning on a couple of hits, and they leave 2 in the inning as well, as Preston able to win the nightcap by the final score of 8-3. Stay with us. The post-game wrap coming up right after this.
Today's game has been brought to you by West Motors, Preston Drug, First American Title, Stokes Market, True Value, Signature Home Health Care, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Franklin Medical Center, Agra Service, S&T Electric, Farmers Insurance, Corey Bingham, Agent, Northern Title Company, Idaho Salvage, Limbrick Arc, and The Job Shop. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. If you and I are out of dollars and cents, oh honey, we can always share a little hope in the fence. It's a beautiful day for the ladies. All your dishes away. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today. Wow!
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
Well, welcome back as the Preston Indians gain a split of the doubleheader today here against the Wolverines as they pick up a win in the nightcap of the doubleheader by the score of 8-5. Final totals for the Indians to win it: 8 runs on 8 hits. They left 4 men on base. For Wood River, 5 runs on 8 hits. They made it interesting in the 9th inning, but they ended up leaving a couple of men on base and ended up leaving 8 in the game. Dylan Haslam gets the win in the second game of the doubleheader as he goes to 2-1 on the year. Hunter Thompson takes the loss today for the Wolverines in Game 2. Remember, Game 1 of the doubleheader, Preston was looking down the barrel at a sweep, but the Indians able to score, I should say the Wolverines able to score 7 times in the top of the 8th inning and go on and win that game by the final score of 11-4. Our next game will come up for you on Tuesday as our next broadcast. We'll have baseball action for you from Pocatello as the Indians travel to Pokey, and they will face the Century Diamondbacks in a doubleheader at 3 and at 5 coming up on Tuesday afternoon. So we'll talk to you then on Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Until then, thanks for listening. I'm Dan Hubbard here as the Indians split the doubleheader today as they get a win in the nightcap by the final score of 8-5. The executive director of Preston Indians Sports here on the KACH is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator this afternoon has been John Beverly. I'm Dan Hubbard. We'll talk to you on Tuesday from Pocatello. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.